But, I think I left high school at 130, and that was probably the highest. I'd gained a little bit towards 130 by the time I was 18, so obviously not overweight, 5'4". But I felt like I was. I had no self-esteem, none. I had tons of friends. I had no reason to not have self-esteem other than I never did. I had, sorry I'm saying so much. I tried to find my value in boys. I hate to say that out loud, but it's true. If I had a boyfriend who loved me or liked me, whatever, then I felt better about myself. So I always had a boy. Always, always, always. I was never without boys. And they weren't always the best because I was looking for my self-esteem in a place other than myself, which is not a good thing. But anyways, so I started gaining weight in college. I gained, probably the freshman 15 or 20 maybe. And then when I met my husband towards the end of college, my last year of college, he and I just kind of fell into a routine of staying in, and I started cooking for us. And truthfully, that's when I started really gaining weight, when I started cooking for him and for me. And I guess I ate more when I was cooking instead of eating out. I don't know why that would be. Anyways, we got married and I was at 170. So for 5'4", I was overweight. Then I got pregnant with like a year later and gained up into the 200s. And after pregnancy, I lost down and then would go back up with the next pregnancy, go back down, go back up with the next pregnancy. Then I got back down to 150 and very, very fit, very fit. Worked out 2 hours a day. Workouts kind of became my savior and my obsession. And then I got hurt at work. And when I got hurt at work, my whole life changed and started chronic pain, started gaining weight. Gaining, up to where I am now, which was, my first weigh-in was 265. I'm now down to 254, but that's where I am now. So there's my weight gain story. Were you an emotional eater? It's not a word for me, it's an is. I am a huge emotional eater. I'm not one of those people that gets sad or depressed and doesn't eat. I get any emotion and I want to eat. Eating makes me feel better. Eating makes me feel calm. Even when I'm feeling sick, like nauseous, sometimes I feel like if I eat, it'll be better. If you eat, Erica, it'll be better, which makes no sense at all, but, that's what it is. So yeah, very much an emotional eater, a boredom eater. I've kind of curbed it. I've really, really been working on it. And so far I can handle all of it except for the night. Boredom, pain/boredom, up because I can't sleep because I'm in pain. And I get this just insatiable cravings to eat. And I have no bad food in the house. I don't have any sugar, none, 0 sugar. I don't really have processed food. My kids don't have that option. So it's not that I'm eating bad things, it's that I'm eating way too much of things and late at night. That's my downfall. So that's the thing I'm starting to really try and focus on and work on right now. How long have you been dieting? I probably did my first diet before my wedding and I lost about 20 pounds before my wedding, and then I'd go up and I'd do a different diet. I did Weight Watchers, I did Nutrisystem, which was disgusting, didn't last long on that. I did one called Ideal Protein, that was a medically supervised one. I actually liked how most of that tasted, did well with it. But story of my life is since I stopped being able to work out, it seemed like when I work out, I ate better. They just kind of went hand in hand for me. I don't know. I've been dieting on and off. I always, I'll do really well for 3 months. I'll lose 30 pounds or whatever, and then I'll gain it right back plus more. That's kind of what it's been for me. Number 4, are you following any specific diets? Currently, I'm doing low carb, trying to stay away from too much processed foods, definitely no sugar, no white bread, really no breads at all. trying to stay gluten-free just because I don't think I'm celiac. I've never been tested for it, but I feel a huge difference when I eat gluten. And I have learned doing low carb, really more towards keto, I feel better. I have less inflammation. So I think I'm going to probably low carb, maybe even into keto for most of my life. Right now, I would say I'm low carb, not keto, because I'm trying pre-surgery to get my nutrition in as much as possible, vitamins, minerals, all of that stuff. So I'm eating probably too many vegetables to be considered completely keto. I'm a little over, but I'm still staying between, I would say, under 40 total carbs a day, but that's not keto. But I am letting myself eat vegetables. So vegetables and protein. I'm having a smoothie every day, a green smoothie with lots of spinach and avocado and a little bit of fruit and a scoop of protein powder. Right now I'm using Isagenix protein powder, which is MLM company. I don't sell it, but I buy through them and I like the quality of it. So that's what I'm using right now. Have you cut out any foods? I guess I said that already. I have cut out foods, and like I said, processed stuff and carbs, simple carbs. Follow a workout plan. I am not following a workout plan. I take that back. I am a little bit, but not on a daily basis. I have fibromyalgia, which is a chronic pain disorder, basically, and I can't work out to a level that raises my heart rate high enough to do much of anything. I can walk, but I can walk slowly, and I can do stretches, which is what I mainly do. I actually, a few years ago, went to the Mayo Clinic and did this 21-day intensive program. It was 8 hours every day, and we did physical therapy and occupational therapy and lectures that were from a psychologist, and basically learned how to live better with chronic pain. And it took me from being almost completely bedridden to functional. So that was really good. And they put us on a physical therapy protocol, which consists of about 15 minutes of stretching every day, a specific order, and then 2 to 3 days a week of light weights and more stretching, and that is very, very helpful when I do it. But again, that's for function. It's to keep me functional. It's not to burn calories, and I'm sure I don't burn any more than I do doing anything else while I'm doing that. It's pretty low key, but that's what they want me to do, and they don't want me to push past that. And since it gave me my life back, I'm kind of following that for now. I am hoping that when I lose all this weight that I'll have less pain on my joints, and then maybe I'll be able to exercise more. Before I was injured and then got fibro, I think I said that earlier, but I worked out a lot. I love to work out, and now it hurts. I hate it, and I miss it, because when I do try to do it and do too much of it, I end up in bed for days and days. So anyways, that's kind of a dilemma. Do you follow, we did that one. What are some of your favorite diets? I think we talked about diets, but I think keto is the healthiest for me. Keto keeps me feeling the best, keeps my inflammation down. How much weight do you want to lose? I am not sure, y'all. In my head, I say 140, because in my adult life, when I was 150 and very muscular, I felt beautiful. I felt healthy and beautiful, and that's what I want to feel. So I'm kind of thinking 140, and then I'll have that leeway so that 150 would be my max, like, ooh, get into gear, you got to lose this again, Erica. But when I saw the psych consult lady, she said I shouldn't strive for more than 180. But I'm only 5'4", so I think 140 to 150 is definitely feasible, and that's my plan. Do you feel like you were addicted to food? I'm definitely addicted to food. I eat clean, healthy food for the most part, like I said, but I reach for food as a soothing thing, like babies have a pacifier, I have my food. So I'm trying very hard to work on disassociating food as a reward. I definitely grew up with, everything we did, we were rewarded with food. All holidays, are about food. I'm trying very hard not to do that with my kids, but I definitely do it still some. And, it's hard to break that cycle of food for celebration. And truthfully, one of my very, very favorite hobbies is cooking. I don't do it as much now just because it hurts my body to stand up that long, frankly. But I have a passion for cooking. And I would say that's something I'm really, really good at. And I am a nurse by trade, although I'm on disability now. And my life is, if people around me are happy, I'm happy. I would say I'm a servant. I love to serve. I love to do things for people. And part of that was, cooking elaborate meals for my family, for friends. We always had people over. We always were having parties. And since I've been diagnosed with fibromyalgia, I'm very, very much an introvert. I feel like I kind of had a personality change. I don't love to have people over. And if I do have people over, it's people that I gotta love you a lot if I let you over to my house. And I want to get back to being able to do a little more socializing. I feel like I reserve all of my energy for my kids' functions. I have 3 kids, 2 that play travel soccer, and my husband's a coach. All 3 of my kids are super, super skinny. 2 of them are super, super fit. My oldest 16-year-old is not so much into, he likes outdoorsy things like Boy Scouts things, but he doesn't like sports. But he's probably the skinniest of all of them. My husband is very, very thin, and he's pretty fit. He coaches soccer and plays in a adult soccer league on and off. So I'm kind of the standout. I don't look like I fit. Anyways, I don't know how I got there from addiction to food, but anyways, I try not to. I'm trying to disassociate food and look for rewards in other things. So as I'm losing weight, my rewards are definitely not going to be food oriented. They're going to be, clothes or makeup or, I don't know, just going to an amusement park because I can finally fit on that ride, that kind of thing. And then the last one is, are you comfortable in your body now? I am not comfortable in my body now. My body is, I feel like a vessel of pain. I'm just in pain in this body that hurts. It hurts so much, and I push through it for things for my kids. But if it's not an event for my kids, then I'm pretty much home resting in order to get to the event for my kids. I don't want to miss their stuff. I have to sometimes, and it kills me. Just it literally, I cannot handle it when I miss their events. So that's pretty much my life these days, and I love that part of my life. I just don't like that I don't have much outside of that anymore. And I'm really hoping, I know the surgery can't cure fibromyalgia. I absolutely know that. But I do think that when I go from 265 to under 200, I'm going to take so much weight off my joints that it's got to be helpful. It's got to be better. There's no way it's not better. So that's one of my big reasons, one of my big whys. So no, I'm not comfortable in my body. And self-esteem wise, I'm super not comfortable in my body. My husband, I feel like when people see us together, they're like, what? How is she with him? Or the opposite. How is he with her? And I don't know if people really think that or not, but that's how I feel. And I'm really looking forward to getting back to a point where I weigh less than him and I look like I fit with him. I think my husband's very, very attractive. I think he's a hottie, and I want to be a hottie too again. So that's the answers. I think that's all 11. So if you are seeing this and haven't been tagged, consider yourself tagged. This is kind of a fun way to get to know each other. And so, yeah, go for it. I shall talk to y'all soon. I have some videos that I'm trying to edit. Luckily, my 16-year-old knows how to edit and is going to kind of teach me. I have no clue, nor do I know what program to get. So I've got some cooking videos that I've filmed with the help of my kids that are in the editing process. So we shall get those out soon.